Greetings, everyone. Design Triple O Firestar. Right, today I'm going to do a review on a film that I saw at the cinema, and I got it on DVD yesterday. Watched it last night. Still brilliant. Love it. Really, because this film essentially, in my mind, is what British film, especially British horror, is all about. I say horror, strong word, but kind of like gothic horror. But anyway, film in question is The Woman in Black. Yep, featuring Daniel Radcliffe, main character. Anyway, so DVD wise, not bad, £10, pretty good price. You see on the back there, you get a lot of special features. So £10, and you're getting a lot of special features and a really good film. Definitely worth it. So, Woman in Black. Well, what can I say about this? Well, for a start, I really enjoy this film. To me, this goes back to really, I think, what makes traditional gothic horror. Essentially, this is a ghost story, but it's essentially two elements to it. Essentially, you've got the ghost story, but you've also got the story of the main character who lost his wife in childbirth, and it has really torn his life apart. You know, he has a 4-year-old son. He works at a law firm, and things aren't going so well for him because he lost his wife 4 years ago, and he feels like his entire life didn't have any meaning after she died. And you find out that things haven't really been going too well for him at the law firm. He's been beset with grief. His boss understands this, but basically it really goes to the point with his boss saying to him, right, here's the level, here's the nail on the head. I understand you've been through a hard time, I accept that, but you need to pull yourself together, because if you don't, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you go. So basically, he's given his job. He says they've got a long-standing client who's died. Her last will and testament, basically, she's got no family, no heirs to her estate. And basically he's told, we need you to go to the village where she's from, and we need you to go through all the paperwork in her house, sort everything out, make sure we've missed nothing, and if possible also you need to try and find a buyer, because it needs to be sold, So he's basically sent along to this little village in the country, and so he gets there, and interestingly things start to miss really, when he gets into the little hotel he's staying at. The first thing he's told is, oh well, we don't have you booked down, we don't have any rooms, we're fully booked. And he's thinking, hang on, what's all this about? So he finally persuades him and he gets a room, and the next day when he goes to the local solicitor, he's essentially shooed out. He's told, oh well, here's the paperwork, I've done it, but he said, well no, hang on, I've been told there's a substantial amount of paperwork at the house and it needs sorting. And this guy said, oh no, this paperwork I've got here is all you need, here it is. My associate's outside with all your things, the train leaves in half an hour, the bag. And so he's thinking, well, this ain't good, I can't just go home, I'll lose my job. I need to get this done, this is my last chance. So he bribes the coach guy and says to take me to the house. So he goes to the house, and when he first gets to the house, it's basically this house, and it is a bloody nice house. It's you can tell it's a nice house. It's kind of like just set really in the middle of nowhere. Ignore that, guys, that's the bloody autofocus. I don't know, I can't turn it off, I don't know why it does that. But anyway, so as I said, the house, it's a damn nice house, sat in the middle of like this marshes. It is nice. But anyway, it gets there, everything seems fine. And the first thing, slowly, little things happen. You start seeing this woman, essentially dressed in black, but now and then, like just in the background or fading across through a mirror, something like that. And If I get closer, I might stop doing that. And basically, you just see her in the background, but slowly things start picking, things kind of like start developing. First thing that happens is a little girl dies because she drinks some kind of poison. And slowly, the main character comes to realise there's a history to this house, there's a dark history to this house. And it essentially develops to the point where he realises there was a woman that lived there and she was pronounced insane, sent to an institute, and her little boy ended up drowning in the marshes. His body was never recovered, and as a result she kind of goes even more crazy, and eventually kind of lays down a curse, really, saying that she'll never forgive the fact that her son died and was just left there, and she'll never forgive her husband for sending her away. And as a result, anybody that goes to that house, basically you see her, it means a child's going to die, and she's basically taking the children of the local village away from people as punishment for what happened to her. And every time a child dies, she'll be there in the background, and her character is brilliant. You don't see her really up close till the last part of the film, and that's when it's like, whoa, it just makes kind of jump when she first comes right in and you see what she actually looks like. And all the children that she kills essentially are trapped. They can't pass on, and they kind of become these lost souls that can never pass on. It's a very clever concept. So really, end of the film, the main character ends up dying alongside his son after he tries to save him from the curse. The woman in black appears, and and they both die, but he doesn't get trapped as part of the curse. He actually is reunited with his wife in the afterlife, so it's quite a good ending. Basically, this film, to me, is everything a good ghost story should be. It isn't overly dramatic, it isn't overly jumpy, so to speak. It doesn't try to make you scared. What it does is it makes you full of it puts you on edge, because essentially you're thinking, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the character? Is she there? Is she going to come out? And slowly, as it progresses and you realise the truth, you think it's never going to stop. He can't stop it. To me, the film itself is brilliant. I mean, it's everything what a British ghost story should be. British cinema, when it's made, is good, and that's the beauty of it. And naturally, it's by Hammer, so it's naturally going to be good. So I absolutely love this film, and I would recommend it to a lot of people. Definitely go to see it if you're a fan of horror. And I mean, this isn't blood-soaked gore horror. This is pure gothic horror. It's the suspense in it that works so well. The little things you see out the corner of your eye, the little things in the background, the things that just sweep across the screen, things that make you think, what was that? What's going to happen next? And slowly, as it all develops, you just think, wow. Interesting piece of news actually regarding this film. A sequel has actually been announced. It's going to be called The Woman in Black, Angels of Death. I don't know when its production starts or anything, but I imagine it's going to be probably within the next 6 months, so you can probably expect it probably next year, maybe. The plot has actually been revealed. Essentially, the idea behind it is the house in the film that the main character's trying to sell gets turned into a hospital. Basically, the idea is this is set during the Second World War, and it's been turned into a hospital. The way it kind of works is, I think the idea is people are dying as a result of the Woman in Black curse. This young nurse, from what I've gathered, she's just somehow trying to break the curse, perhaps. So all I can say is the sequel will only work if they follow the guidelines of the first film. If they follow what made the first film great, the sequel will work. As long as they don't go down the whole low-budget sequel straight to DVD road, it's going to work. Take your time. All I say to the guys out there who are going to make this film, take your time, use the first film as the example, just basically try to mirror that. You won't go wrong. Just don't go out there and try to make it a full-blown horror, because you don't want to do that. Stick with the gothic suspense thriller. It worked very well for the first film. Do that, second film will be just as good. Right, so anyway guys, that's pretty much my review on Woman in Black. Said great film, fantastic effects. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's £10 in the shops. It's worth getting. You get a lot of special features, you get a great film. So, Woman in Black, 10 out of 10. Go and watch it. So this is Triple F Firestorm reviewing this product, whole thing. Peace out guys.